Well, and I think the problem is...
Looks like Kodak Black. Kodak Black saying that shit about...
Young M.A.
Stuff. But I do more good than I do bad. And more people love you than hate me. I'm talking about how you a girl but don't want your pussy penetrated. Ha. That's my baby. That's my dog baby. Like, ain't no smoke. Like, we vibing. Like, we straight. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog and shit. Date a homie and stuff like that. You feel me? Date a homie. We vibing and stuff. We vibing. That's the homie life. Don't make my dog be mad, y'all. Don't make my dog be mad. Don't make my dog mad, man. Don't make my dog mad.
There is no difference between straight men who present as men pushing past the boundaries of lesbian women than trans-identified males pushing past the boundaries as women who are lesbians. The behavior of Kodak Black towards young M.A. is as despicable as trans-identified males trying to force themselves into the dating pool of lesbian women. If you have a problem with how Kodak Black behaved towards young M.A., talking about, oh, she wants to be penetrated and he knows that she would want it and, why wouldn't she want to be with that? If you have a problem with that, but you don't have a problem with this.
Genital preferences are transphobic. No, they aren't. You're being homophobic. To exclude trans people on the sole premise of that they don't have cisgender bodies is fundamentally transphobic. Therefore, genital preferences, in the case of excluding people, would be transphobic. No, it's not. I like men because I'm attracted to men's bodies. Can you tell me what a man's body is? I like the male anatomy, okay? I like men. I like dick. Using that logic, you're calling me a man. I just like men who are normal, okay? Right, and the premise that normalcy is in alignment with being cisgender is fundamentally transphobic. I'm a gay male. I don't like vaginas. If I did, I would date a woman. Never mind.
Then you cannot say that you care about women. And you are a homophobic asshole.
Mama, I know I'm a demon. It ain't nothing she could do but pray for me.
Yeah, they're not.
At the end of the day, if young M.A. came to the jail, niggas is fucking her.
Yeah.
Niggas don't give a fuck about all that masculine shit. Niggas is fucking her. Niggas putting the baby in.
And I just think socially, though, like, don't you feel like... Have you ever been around... Have you ever, like, chilled with, like, a young M.A. kind of...
Yeah.
Like a butch lesbian?
Yeah, I got one named Cola. I got one in my neighborhood. One in my neighborhood that actually is well respected, too.
Yeah. But do you think, like, what do you... I mean, do you feel like it's the same... Like, how... Like, when you interact with her... And you think when other men interact with her, do you think it's, like, identical to, like, interacting with, like, other men that you're cool with?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I give them that same amount of respect, and, I try not to look at them like a woman and stuff, but still, in the back of my mind, I still know that this is a woman.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I still know that this is a woman. At the end of the day, if we out at a bar, I gotta protect her because it's still a woman. I don't care if she's identifying as a man and she wants to be a man and she's just not attracted to men. She's only attracted to women. That's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, her bone density and her muscles and the amount of a beating that she could take is still amounts to she's a woman.
Right.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with getting into a bar fight with her and a bunch of men kicking her face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, kicking the skin off her forehead, and me having to watch that and endure that, and there's nothing I could do about it because I'm fighting two other grown-ass men.
Or even, like, if it's,
watching
like...
her get the shit stomped out of her.
Like, you know, or even if it's,
Still
like...
looking at her like a woman.
Right. And it's, like, you know, with, like, certain, like, if you're, like, men that you're with, and if it's, like, a fair fight, like a one-on-one thing, where it's, like, everyone's kind of respecting to, like, not jump in unless it's, like, absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, all right, we're going to let this rock for a minute. You know, let them get, like, fight it out or whatever. It's, like...
Yeah, well, let them get this shit off.
But, like, you're not... But no one's going to do that with a fucking... Someone who you know is a woman. And it's like, would you ever fight a woman like you would fight a man?
No one's going to sit there unless the situation is out of control. No one's going to sit there and have a respectable situation where they're like, oh, let her fight. No, let her get her shit off. No, then no one's going to sit there and say that.
Yeah.
I don't care how much she looks like a man, how sharp her shape up is, how many tattoos she has, how many other fights she's been in, or how loud her mouth is, or how much she's talking all that shit. Motherfuckers can talk all that shit they want to. Oh, I ain't scared of nobody. I could do this. I could take a beating. I could do... At the end of the day, it's still not respectable, and it's still not cool to just sit there and be like, yo, yeah, let her fight that dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
So motherfuckers say that they want to get treated like a dude until they actually treat it like a dude.
Right.
And they're sitting there, and I didn't seen it happen before. I didn't seen a female from my neighborhood that she identified as a man. Her whole life, she's identified as a man.
Oh, she does?
Until
like
some gangster shit start. Yeah, until some gangster shit started happening, and then she like, oh, I'm a woman though. You know, I was born a woman, so either way, it's nutty that y'all would do this to me because y'all know I'm a woman. No, I thought that she wanted to be a man.
Right.
Like, society, period, has to make their mind up. Like, you either fucking need to acknowledge the fact that you're a woman with limitations.
Right. And you,
know, it's cool to be gay. It's cool to be gay. Your sexual preference doesn't have nothing to do with how you should be recognized. At the end of the day, you're still a woman. You're still going to be recognized.
That's why this whole trans movement is seen as very homophobic, because it's a lot of people who are gay and can't handle the fact that they're gay, and they would rather be like, oh, well, I'm so masculine, rather than deal with the difficulty of having to be a gender non-conforming gay female. I'll just be a man, and then I get to, you know, be in a homosexual, or I get to be in a heterosexual relationship with women, and then I'm not seen as gay. And it's seen as, you know, and they're really trying to, like, convert all the gay people.
Yeah, but that's sad, though.
You know, there's the people who are on YouTube or on the television set, or who are in academia, the professors, the big Twitter handles. These people have an access to a certain level of privilege and a certain level of education that has indoctrinated into these, like, liberal, politically correct ideas. And what people forget is that is not the reality of the majority of Americans or even the rest of the world. You know, a lot of these people don't know what a lot of these, like, terms are. Like, do you know what, like, trans mask means? Or like femme, like, you know, femme queer, or like do you know what, like a I don't know, like even like non-binary, or just a lot of this.
I don't know any of those terms.
Right. You know, and you haven't been to college. You know, you, like, barely graduated high school, and I'm not saying that, but you're like, no, but you're
making me feel slow or something.
No, that's not you being. There's a different. Intelligence and education are two different things. You have an education, but it did not come from traditional schooling. Okay, your education is from the real world. So you represent a perspective that is very much based in material reality, and is not in these cerebral, you know, abstract, conceptual, you know, things. You will see something and describe it as it materially exists.
Yeah, it's from the school of hard knocks.
Yeah, exactly. And you're listen, and like I said, for the record, you're a highly intelligent person. When I say you're uneducated, that's just the truth. But I mean, through traditional schooling, you are smarter than so many kids that that have gone through years and years of college. That has nothing to do with intelligence. And in fact, college has actually harmed a lot of these people because now they're stuck in all of these like stupid, insane, overly conceptual frameworks of thinking. You know, and again, it's like you said, it's like, you know, a lot of these men who aren't worried about being politically correct, who don't, you know, stand to lose anything, who aren't worried about virtue signaling, they're gonna just call reality as they see it, and they're gonna continue to, no matter how these women identify, treat them as females once they know that they're a female.
Yeah, they're gonna literally. I hate to say it, but dude's not gonna stop until fucking she gives him some pussy.
Yeah, even if it's not like a rape, like where it's like a forceful takeover, like they hold her down, but she's gonna get like blackmailed and fucking. Didn't you say that's the same thing with like what happens to female guards?
It's the same shit. It's the same. It's the same shit, yo. It's the same shit. And at the end of the day, once a person finds out she's a female, she's, you know, it's all out battle, all out fucking. Seriously, it's literally all out. Like the dude's not gonna stop at nothing. Dude's gonna befriend them. They're gonna try everything in the book to try to get some pussy from them. So
yeah, offer them protection, you know, like. So do you think that for their safety, do you think that trans women are unsafe in male prisons just because they're trans? Like if they just mind their business and just conduct themselves, do you think that they're like inherently at risk? Genuinely. And I want your honest answer.
You're saying trans women meaning
like trans identified males, like men who believe that they're women.
Yeah, I think that they're safe in men's prisons. And inside of a men's prison, they're safe. And why I say that they're safe is because no one's going to do anything to them. No one wants to do anything crazy.
So there's not like, you know, whole groups of just regular men who will be like, oh, look at that faggot or look at that tranny. Like, let's go fuck him up.
Fuck no. Hell no. No. See that, and that's the bad image that people have. People think that would be how it would be. That's like some teenager shit. But once you get into a prison, you're amongst men. You're amongst like real men that don't play that shit. Like people don't like bullies, and people don't like you know, victimizing people just because of that person's gay or that person's this.
Well, you had made a really good point one time.
If you don't approve of them, we just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. You have no business with them. So if you're my friend and we're friends, and I catch you talking to one of them, I'm going to check you. Like, yo, what's up with you? Oh, you out of pocket? What you talking to him for?
Right.
Like, that's unwanted drama. Like, why? You have no reason talking to him.
Right.
You already know what type of time he on. He want to be a woman. He in his joint. He want to gossip. He want to, no, we ain't on that.
Right.
We getting our mind right. We going college classes. We sitting up here trying to father children from prison, trying to be a better example and you know, do as much as we can so we can get out there and be productive and have a family. And you know what I mean? They go against everything that we're trying to be.
And weren't you also, I remember you were talking about how like prison's better because it's more organized and more respectful and people don't get real loud and obnoxious, because the whole idea is that a lot of people are there for many years. That's their home. They don't want you, you know, it's very much like leave people alone. We're all forced to live amongst each other. We all want to be able to just do so, you know, peacefully and respectfully. Right.
It's like a college campus, but it can get dark. It can get dark fast. But at the end of the day, the way that we keep things from getting dark and from it being a violent platform is everybody respects each other's space.
Right.
We let the weirdos chill with the weirdos, and the men chill with the men, and the goofies chill with the goofies.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just how it is.
So you guys aren't just like going and like praying, praying. Zeke, stop it. Zeke. Oh my God, the cat. Zeke. He just doesn't listen to me. He doesn't care. Stop it. He's clawing up the boarding, the siding. But it's like, so you guys aren't just going around like preying on people, be like, oh, there's some weird guy. Like, they're left alone, right? So do they need for their safety to go be housed with women? Who's more at risk? A man who thinks he's a woman being housed with other men, or the women being housed with a man who thinks he's a woman?
The woman who's being housed with men that thinks he's a man. Well, I'm not going to say that thinks he's a man. They know that they're not men. They just want to be a man.
Right.
They want the title of a man.
Yeah, they know. I feel it, and that's the thing. And
for their own reason, I'm not looking down on them for that. That's their own personal preference. But at the end of the day, it's not safe. It's not a smart thing to do. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself up to the wolves. So.
And that's why.
That's what prison is filled with. Prison filled with wolves. Niggas is wolves, man. There ain't no. It's not a Catholic school. It's not a place that you want to be. You know what I mean? You just got some good dudes there too. You got some good dudes that'll balance it out and step up and be like, yo, leave him alone. You know what I mean? Yo, what you messing with him for? You must like him. What you messing with him for?
And then
that's
what
the only
about?
thing that's gonna save your hide.
What about what was I gonna say?
But I can't say the same for like a woman's prison. If a man was to go to a woman's prison, it's because he couldn't make it in a man's prison, and he's going to the woman's prison so he can victimize somebody in some kind of way.
Right.
There's no other reason why a man would want to go to a woman's prison. There's no other reason. It's not, the men are all gonna take my butt. No, niggas ain't doing that. Ain't nobody upstate raping nobody. It's not 1975.
Right.
People not raping people. Only people that's upstate fucking the same race, the same gender and stuff like that is people that want to be doing that.
Right.
So when I first went up there, I had in my mind the beliefs from the movies and what people would say, the jokes that people talk about on the outside and stuff. Like, oh yeah, don't drop the soap, don't do this, don't. There's nothing like that, yo. It's surprisingly nothing like that. Like, the only time when you're going to be up there on that type time is if you want to be on that type time.
Right.
That's how it is.
Right. And then, so say they change the law, right? That you can be housed in the prison of whatever you choose to identify as, and all you have to do when they do an intake, say, do you identify as a man or a woman? And whatever you say is where they'll place you regardless. Do you think that there are men who will take it? Do you think there are men who will take advantage of that loss and go be placed with women, like, or is it's like, oh, that's too embarrassing to say that I'm a woman to go be with women, like, or do you think men will take advantage of it?
Stop it. Well, yeah, if it's a chance that a man could fucking go get some pussy, they gonna go get some pussy.
Right.
Especially if you get on some time. If I just got sentenced to 20 to 40 years and all I gotta say is that I'm a woman and I go get housed with women, yeah, cool. Send me there. I'm trying to go see some fucking titties and pussy. Let me go and see if I can get my dick
Especially if you can go like shower with them and change with them and live in the cell with them.
Yeah. You gotta think. That would be like a fucking man dream come true. Somebody that wasn't accepted in the real world. Because let's face it, prison and jails for society's rejects. It's for people that couldn't get along in society. So if I couldn't get along in society, none of my relationships work. None of my women want to be with me. I'm just a total fucking loser. I'm fucking out there fucking causing all kinds of havoc. And I come to jail and they say, yo, you want to be housed with all these dicks and muscles, or do you want to go with some titties and pussy? Oh, what I gotta say to do this? I'm gonna figure out what the fuck I gotta manipulate to fucking do what I gotta do so I can go be housed with the women. That way I got a chance to get some pussy and
especially sexual predators who know that, like, you know, and again, and that just goes to show.
No, I ain't even tapped into them. That'll be a candy land for them. If you make that a thing for them, they're gonna be all for it. Oh hell yeah!
Like, why
yeah,
would they not?
What y'all want me to take some pills? Like, I'll even take some pills. If y'all want me to take some pills, I know how to get in there.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, it doesn't matter. You're going to be in jail for 20, 40, whatever years. Fuck it. You might as, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as they get the, you know. Yeah, but everybody knows the answer to that, though.
People, oh, that's the thing. They're acting like they don't know the answer. They're acting like that, oh, it's just, that's not going to happen. That doesn't happen. Nobody will lie.
They're being optimistic.
They're or willfully disingenuous. One or the other.
Pronouns are rohypnol because they try to numb your senses. Cause if you can't tell it's a dude in a dress, then you must need contact lenses. Cause lesbians don't have penises. There's no such thing as a girl dick. These fetishists just won't back off. I suspect they all are porn sick. These adult men believe they're girls, but what does that really mean? Depictions of females raped and abused on Pornhub's most watched video streams. Cause female is not an identity you can put on when it's pleasing. It's the cycle of the moon and tides, the life-giving and the bleeding. Do not call us vulva owners. Babies are not fed by our chests. Stop erasing our experiences and stop sexualizing the function of breasts. Younger gays are being told that they were born in the wrong body. Only perverts lie to kids about sex and human anatomy. Cause grooming is what predators do. They stalk their unwitting prey. Maps are openly promoting their sickness on Twitter and YouTube every single day. So if you're sick of this assault on truth and you can't understand how we got this fucked, share this song with all your friends, especially the one with his dick tucked.